Hello, wonderful and beautiful viewers. You are welcome back to another episode of the Talkcast. But before we dive into today's video, I just want to use this opportunity to appreciate and thank all our viewers out there. Okay, you guys have been with us since day one, and we are really thankful. We appreciate you guys a lot. We're talking about a very important topic, right? It's a very deep, I wouldn't say important, but a very deep topic. It's about masturbation. And scientifically, the health practitioners makes us to understand that masturbation has a lot of health benefits for our body. And biblically too, Christians makes us to understand that masturbation is a sin against God, against the Bible, and against our body. So it leaves me confused. And I know you out there is also confused about this whole issue. Yeah. So with me here today is these two gentlemen. Okay, so we're going to discuss and clear the confusion. If not, at least clear a little bit of our confusion. Yeah. So on my left is Nanajima, and on my right,
Alexander.
Yeah, Mr. Alexander. So guys, stay tuned and let's dive right into the video. So tell me, Nanajima.
Yes, dear.
What do you think about this whole issue?
Okay, so the little I'll say about masturbation, I can't really say it's a good thing. I can't really say it's a bad thing because from my side of being a health person, it has its health implications. Good one as such, yeah. But when you go to the religious aspect or the societal traditions and norms, it looks as a sin. It looks bad.
Yeah.
So we look to discuss more into it.
Okay, Mr. Alex, tell me. Let's talk.
Thank you.
Okay.
To my side, I cannot say masturbation is right in any way.
In any way?
In any way.
So you're 100% against it?
I'm 100% against it.
Okay.
That masturbation
is wrong.
Is wrong.
Okay. I get you. Okay, so Nana, talk to me.
Yeah. Okay, so the first on my plate I'll talk about is the way we make it look that sinful.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. You see, it is through these same health implications that we've made it look like a sin. Because of the bad health-wise, like what the outcome of it, being it the too much frequent and consistent doing of masturbation has its bad implications on our health. That is how come normally we've spoken about it several times and we've made it look like it's a sin, though biblically it's a sin. I haven't met anybody who has pointed the quotation in the Bible that tells or points straight that masturbation is a sin.
Oh yeah, but there are so many you go to church, so many testimonies, even this online press, someone will be like, I thank God I've been delivered from masturbation, from the spirit of masturbation.
Yes, that is because, as I said earlier on, when you become addicted to it and it become a chronic thing, it looks like a disease. You can't stop. In other way, we will say even watching of porn is a sin.
So masturbation is addictive, right?
Yes, addictive.
Okay.
Very addictive. In the sense that it's a sexual pleasure. And to me, my understanding, I saw it that it's a way of understanding your sexual desire or experience. Because if you all testify to it, growing up, kids keep touching themselves growing up. But nobody though you with me at the answer, hey, Jai. But you realize that in science, it's a way the kid is growing to learn about the body parts and getting to know the sensations of each part. That is how can you grow and know that when you touch somewhere of my body, it makes me feel some way. To go say, hey, how did you get to know? It's because you kept touching yourself. Your mom will not come and tell you, say, oh, I don't want to say things on camera.
I don't know. I remember, I don't know why I read it, but they said that like if your kid is growing up, it's important and crucial for you to educate the child on sex. Yeah, sex talks.
Exactly. But your mom will not come and tell you that.
Yeah.
Umu be so hard. Say,
Yeah, an African. Yeah.
But you growing up, you realize that no, this part of my body, there is a sensation when I touch. I feel some way. You feel some way and all that. So biblically, we and you know how Africans, we take our religious stuffs, we made it look so bad. But I don't see it to be that very much bad, in the sense that if I have a partner, I don't think I'll still be doing that. Way back when you were in school, then through one or two situations, you go and watch something that makes you feel like, hey, today I watched this thing and it makes me feel like I want to do something. Then maybe it might come to your mind, because how did, even growing up, how did you even find out for something called masturbation? By the time you found out, you had already done some.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and especially ladies, I hear at a particular point in your menstrual cycle, you feel that honey.
Really?
That is what I've heard. So,
are you saying that as a health practitioner, or
well, I don't have any scientific.
That?
Yeah, I heard this one. I heard it.
Okay.
I don't have any scientific proof to it.
Okay.
But from my science background, there are hormones that are being produced anytime you reach orgasm, and by doing masturbation, you definitely reach orgasm. And if I can speak about one particular one, a hormone called oxytocin. It's called a love hormone. It is the happy, like it makes you feel happy. It reduces depression. It makes you feel relaxed. And people will tend to do it out of what they are going through. Maybe the person is so depressed, then the person will want to do that. Or maybe the person is feeling for sex, he or she doesn't want to go out to sleep with anybody. So the person will intend doing that to satisfy the sexual desire. And after that, he or she sleeps.
You said it's a love hormone, right?
Yes.
Oh, so is that what triggers us to fall in love? Or
No.
You said it's a love hormone,
so,
right? Yeah.
Okay, so the point where, like a woman sleeping with a man and reaching orgasm, you realize how you get to love the person. Yeah. So that hormone, once that hormone is produced, the way it makes you feel, then it tends to you loving the person the more. And that is how come the addiction can even come in, because the person feels, if this doodle or this, my hands or me touching myself makes me feel this good, maybe even the man or the woman he or she is there with is not making him or her feel that pleasurable. The person will definitely tend to do that, and that is where the addiction can even come in. And I don't know whether you've heard about this word called post-nut clarity. It's a situation where your brain suddenly feels focused after orgasm.
Okay.
Yeah, and people who really understand these terms, they will really sort out doing masturbation. I can go on and mention so many hormones that people who really know about it will rather resort masturbating. A particular one like endorphins. It helps with the brain. It promotes mental health. Yeah. So sometimes you might realize that you are going a bit wayward, not about them. Yeah. But like you know what you're going through. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it gives you better sleep. It reduces that stress you've been through and all that. So I would really say health-wise, but I will still not advise people doing it chronologically, frequently. Yeah.
Mr. Alex.
Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, masturbation is something I cannot say it is right.
You can never.
I can never.
Never.
Say it is right. And I am going to explain to you what masturbation is, and the effect spiritually. That is, when I say the effect spiritually, I'm trying to say how it is against God's way of doing things. How it is against God's way of doing things. And I'll go further to even tell you how this whole thing came about. through the Bible. Masturbation is a state or a situation where one induces himself sexually, whether male or female, where one induces him or herself sexually by the use of lubricants, and somehow the female uses sex toys, and to the extent kakumba. You see how kakumba is? Yeah. It looks like a thing, so they use it. It looks like a thing, so it seems to be a substitute for the thing. So the women use it. So that is masturbation. And why I'm saying it is not right is totally against the natural way of doing it, the natural way God planned for us to satisfy our bodies through sex. You see, in the beginning, the Bible says God created, after creating everything, he created the man. And he realized that there was the need for a woman because the man was lonely. So he went further to create the woman out of the man's rib, for the man to sexually be okay. For the man to be sexually okay. Because he also saw the need for procreation. So God created male and female. That is what in the beginning he created them. So the Bible goes further to say, and Adam, who was the first man, knew his wife. When the Bible say knew his wife, what the Bible is trying to tell us is he had sexual intercourse with Eve, and she conceived and gave birth. And it continues and continues and continues till today. And that was God's purpose for creating the two, for procreation. So masturbation as a way a single or an individual can induce him or herself to that sexual pleasure is against the natural way God planned for humanity. It's against the natural way God planned for humanity. So we can't say something that is against what God purposed for us is right. It is like a father and the son disobeying the father and saying that is what his father like, and it is right in the house. No. Once he is under the rulership of the father, he must obey the father. So if we are not obeying the natural way of doing it, but go wayward to do it, then that is totally a sin.
Can I come in?
Oh, you can come in, yeah.
You have a point to what you're saying. But you see, we are not saying masturbation is replacing marriage or procreation. You see, masturbation it's something that starts even from infancy. People do it till they even grow old. I saw one article somewhere. Somebody has done it for over 50-something years. He's an old man now. Yeah. And he claims he's perfectly fine. Nothing has happened to him.
Married or not married?
That I didn't get to know. But the thing is that even when you look at the LGBTQ, whatever, masturbation is not in there. Yeah. So when we are outlining those things, as you are saying that God created it to be in this form, and we are doing it differently, then I don't think masturbation is part. Fine, masturbation can be wrong as you are saying, but it doesn't fall in as in we saying that God created the way of doing it, and this is something that people do out of their sexual desires.
You see,
like recently that Abena Koko's video that came out and she was doing it. Yeah, she was only doing it for fun. So people do it for fun. And you see, sometimes when we are talking about things, these are people's personal decisions. So that is why I was saying something earlier. In the church, you can preach, we will all say, yes, it's a sin. But I tell you, we all get home and we don't know what people are doing in their home. Yes, yeah. Because when he or she is feeling for the thing, he can't call you the pastor. Sisi, I will say, I don't know. Sisi, I don't know. So I better me call. So if you have a member who calls you on phone, pastor, I didn't better me call me. Who ya me home? Ya be any day. Me what do you do? No so that how? So say I don't know your boy. It's ben afutu ben adwe
I will say, in as much say, yeah, they satisfy your home for a temporal pleasure. I know man in your right. Was it man? The whole instruction is don't do it. and you are not supposed to do it.
Okay.
And he
So,
said,
Mr. Alex, I'm coming. Can I know where in the Bible states that we shouldn't masturbate?
You want a quotation that I'm trying to explain it to the point that how do you even do it?
So you see,
how
I was reading something before.
I
was reading something before I came, and somebody was asking, what is a sin? And who created sin? Then they were like, as you defined earlier, sin is going contrary to the norms or what God has written or something. Then the person asked, who created sin? And somebody was like, God. How can God create sin?
They said Satan created sin.
How can Satan create sin?
From what I understand, Satan brought sin into this world.
No.
That is what I know. Lucifer.
Sin is not created. Sin is a byproduct.
So
sin is a byproduct.
Yes.
Let me explain. It is in the sense that God created everything for good. But when you use it for bad, when you use it the other way, then it becomes sin. So sin is not created. It is only a byproduct. And it is when you are using the right wrongly, that is where it becomes a sin.
Mr. Alex, let me chip in this, right? You said masturbation is a sin.
You're right.
Yeah, so, and one thing I know is the Bible makes me to understand that if I have sex, or let's say if I become intimate whilst unmarried, it's also a sin, or it's called fornication. Right? Good. So what is wrong in me doing it myself? Because one, I'm not doing it with a person, I'm doing it with my own self. So how is that a sin against God? Because I'm not married, therefore I have no one to do it, and I don't want to sin, I want to go to heaven. So I'm doing it myself. So how is pleasing my own self a sin?
You see, our bodies are not for us. That is the first thing you should know.
Okay.
Our bodies are for God. It is the temple of the Lord. He said we should not do it. And He is the owner of the body. So you are not to do it to please yourself. You are to live. He said we should live a holy life, a life pleasant unto our Creator. And to live a life that will please our Creator means we have to obey. The Bible stated that, like I was trying to explain, how do you even do this masturbation unless you have some mental pictures and some pornography materials or videos you are watching?
Some do it without anything.
But you can do it without it. But the picture, you have to get a mental picture before you can
90% of people do it based on something.
Based on something.
But
you can't do it without
the
anything.
natural human being has a point that it fails for something.
But at least something triggers it.
Especially when you are sexually active.
When you are sexually active, that is true. It will not come just like natural, just like we are sitting.
Something triggers it
to come. So it must come from. I was saying be and Kenya, you know, and that thing, be piano maneba, and that thing are the pictures I'm talking about. Either mentally or physically or a movie or something. It could be a movie you have watched that has triggered that, or you could look at, you could see a woman nakedness and picture that into your brain and go ahead with this picture and this video, how you saw it, and then it comes out. And this is where the sin aspect is. We are not supposed to. He said, if you look at a woman lustfully, you have committed that thing you have committed adultery with that woman. And it is the same. In the Bible, example is David. When you saw Bathsheba in the bathroom, he looked at her and then admired her to the extent she had authority. So she brought Bathsheba in and had an affair with her. But you may not have that affair. So you picture the woman in your mind till you picture and you release. And that is where the sin is. You can't do it without any form of picture or without any psychological kind of picture kind of thing. It must be,
you see,
on something.
My only problem is I don't like the way Christians make things look when they are talking about something being sinful. You see, there are conditions people go through that we have no idea what they are going through. We only hear the end product, but we don't know the processes the person went through, or whatever situations the person went through. Like, let's say you getting pregnant in the church and everybody is instigating you. Whatever you went through before you got pregnant, nobody knows about it. Yeah. The situations you went through, hardships you went through, nobody knows about it. So I feel like people are living in guilt especially people who are doing this masturbation, because of the way religiously we make it, we proclaim this thing as a sin. It instigates us, it makes us feel so bad, as if even sometimes if you are doing it and you go to church, you feel like you're not even part of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you've sinned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a sin, and it's you know, it becomes a fear towards us. Meanwhile, even living it is not an easy thing. So, you being a pastor, I ask, what are the solutions? It's a sin. People are already into it. What are the solutions in place to help some of these guys who are addicted to even stop?
Thank you very much. I like the question. And that is what we should be talking about. We don't just say it is a sin and you leave it that way and it is hunting people. You should.
But hold on. How is, you said our body is a temple of God, right? I know that. But how is pleasing my own body a sin? Because you said we shouldn't do something to destroy the temple of God. And let's say,
So it's not your own body.
It's not your own
temple
body.
of God.
The body is not for you. That is the first point.
Okay. So
The body is
but
not for you.
Masturbation, from what I know, masturbation doesn't really destroy the body. I mean, if you take caution in doing it, it doesn't destroy the body unless maybe you overdo it. And even if you overdo it, I don't see any.
Yeah, so that is why I was saying
harm
that
it causes. Though it might
you see,
cause harm to the body, but
the
how is
Bible
it
might
that-
have its own terms, which it's so true, we all agree.
Yeah.
But you see, health-wise, people have gone to hospitals when ladies, for instance, they've not slept with any guy before, and they are going through certain issues, and the doctor will ask them, "Have you ever slept with anybody before?" Doctor, no, I'm a virgin. Okay. Some doctors can even advise you that go have sex.
So you are trying to tell me that lack of orgasm, or let's say lack of sex,
Yeah. So these
can really make you
hormones,
make you ill.
yeah. So these hormones, they have the role they play in our body system. But you see, Africans, we've made everything so super religious that we don't talk about the health aspect.
So the body was created, and I mean, for sex to be part of our.
Yeah, sex is part of our life.
Let
Then why did
me
God
come
create
in.
these organs?
Let me come in. Then the question I'll ask, which you cannot answer, I'm sure, is at what age should a person marry? That answers that question as to whether it is.
Do you even have
Whether
an age
you
for
are
marriage?
I don't
It's
think
as and
so.
when you feel you are ready.
Let's say if you're of the legal age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
After you
which
of
is
the legal,
18.
Yeah.
Which is 18, and that is to tell us that our sex drives gets to its peak, or it matures at that age. So at that age, you are permitted to marry, and masturbation shouldn't be a point, or it shouldn't be a substitute to that marriage. God is aware. He has created these hormones in us, and He knows more about these hormones than we know.
Okay.
So He has put
But
in all these hormones.
unfortunately, we get exposed to these things before the marriage.
Yeah.
That is why that is where we can talk about how we can solve this whole thing, how this whole thing can be.
Do you know, health-wise, especially in men, it is scientifically proven that masturbation can help you not higher chances of not getting prostate cancer. Scientifically proven.
So
That masturbation can prevent it.
Yes.
can we say masturbation in terms
No,
of
hold on. Is it masturbation or orgasm?
good?
It results in orgasm.
No. So can we say
I don't
that?
think you will
Bottom line is
masturbate.
orgasm.
Yes, I don't think you will masturbate without reaching orgasm. Then
So
why
let's
do you
say-
do it?
Okay, so you should put an orgasm, lack of, let's say, sex or.
Okay. Yeah. So
orgasm.
ironically, it is like having regular sex
Yeah.
can prevent you from getting prostate cancer.
Then we should promote marriage, not masturbation.
This is the case. The marriage itself, promoting it, people don't buy in for
And
that.
how many
do you
people are
even
even
promote
ready
it?
to settle down?
Yes.
To get married.
How do you promote? Somebody will tell you you are promoting marriage. Do I even have a woman? I don't have a woman.
And do I even have the resources to get married?
Yes.
The resources.
So
Because
you see, it's
there are lots of guys that
it's
will
a
tell you that
dicey
for me
issue.
to get married,
It's a
I'd
dicey
rather
issue.
use that money. Hold on.
What I always say is that we can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but as you were about to say, and our host caught you, like the solution. Some people are not providing the solution, and you can't use marriage as a solution. Because in the case where the person is addicted, marriage won't solve it.
You see, even masturbation is like sex. no one gets satisfied of it. You do it in the morning, in the afternoon, you need it again. In the night,
Yeah,
you need
because
it
of the
again.
feeling you got out of it.
Yeah, you always need it. You always
And
need it all the time.
Let me remind you, even some of the married people, especially ladies, they are married but still having dildos in their bags.
Yeah.
Because they claim their husbands are not satisfying them. So after doing it with their husband in bed, they go to the bathroom, continue.
And
So they reach the orgasm.
You know why their husband cannot satisfy them? Because the person has started with kakumba, and no man can.
I don't think 100% it's true, because the kakumba recently just popped up.
Yeah.
I think last 5 years we weren't hearing of kakumba.
Yeah. It was just the hands.
It was just the hands.
The person started with kakumba or a machine that goes maybe 50 times per minute. And no man can do this. So how will a man satisfy such a woman?
So that is what I'm saying. Biblically it's wrong. Yes, we attest to that. But health-wise too, it has its good side. But even the health people, we will tell you that we won't advise you to go and do it, because we know when you do it and you get addicted, it has its bad side too. And people go as far as crazily inserting their manhood into bottles. Some people don't really, not all masturbations people prefer using their hands. Some people.
Nana, let me ask you something, right? As a health practitioner, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever advise me to masturbate? Considering the health benefits you just mentioned, would you ever advise me?
If there is the need, I will ask you first. If you have a partner, I would rather advise going to sleep with your partner than masturbating.
Okay, I don't have a partner.
This is a tough one.
Oh, yeah. I need to know.
Then.
I don't have a partner, so I don't have a partner. And partners too are not like tomatoes or pepper that you can just go and buy in the market. You need to search.
But
I don't have a partner, and what
But
would you
we don't
advise
have
me?
any condition that will lead to a health professional telling you to go and masturbate.
I'm saying considering the health benefits it has.
Yeah. Well, I won't
Would
advise
you
you.
ever advise me to masturbate?
I won't advise you.
You won't. Really?
Yeah.
You see, my brother talk of masturbation being addictive, and this addiction is a kind of spirit. This masturbation this addiction is a kind of spirit, and when it gets hold of you, I know he being a professional, health professional will not agree with this kind of spirit thing, but it is a kind of spirit, and when it
I was
gets
just about saying
But
that I
that is
disagree with you with the
addiction,
spirit thing.
yeah, no.
Yeah, because
Addiction
there
is
are
your
so
choice.
yes, there are so. You see, I
Addiction is your
didn't want
choice.
to give this example in the sense that in the science, especially for we men, you see, for you not to be having sex for a very long time, masturbation becomes an option because it keeps your like the penis in a good shape. If you don't have sex for a number of time, you seem to have its different implications. So penile, as in the maintenance of our manhood, if you're not having a partner that you're having sex, masturbation tends to help this penile maintenance. So that is what I'm saying. If we are talking about health-wise, we can say a lot of things that at the end you might even be convinced that
But I just asked you that should I masturbate?
yeah, I said I wouldn't advise because
Yeah.
of the addictive part.
But you said something. Okay, let's take the addictive part out. But you said something that like lack of sex can be, let's say, harmful to you, or you. Let me use harmful, right? Lack of sex can be, harmful to your body. So what would you advise me to do? Because one, I don't have a partner, and two, you are telling me I shouldn't masturbate. What should I do? I'm feeling for it too. What should I do? As a health person, let's dive into science, okay? Let's go into science. What would you advise me to do?
Science, you are tempting me to say yes.
No, I'm not
Because-
tempting you, right? I just want to know, Let's say I don't have a boyfriend, and I'm feeling for it. And as a health person, I come to you.
You are feeling for it. Now the doctor is telling you to go and do it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking for the, opinion of the doctor. Or let's,
So once now you are feeling for it. If the doctor says you shouldn't do it, what do you do now?
So he should say something else, like something that will make me feel better, because he is a health professional and he should know these things. I'm not a health professional.
So, as I said, if it is that intense, I might advise that once in a while.
Yeah.
Because if it is that intense, I might advise maybe once in a while.
Yeah.
You can do it. But if it is something you are feeling within you, or the zeal that you have that makes you want to do it, that one I can advise to get yourself busy to take your mind out of it. Read books. You can decide to watch a movie that will take your mind out of it. That is if it is just a feeling that is growing within you that makes you want to do it. But if it is something that has become very critical, that if you don't get maybe this kind of hormonal things within you, then it might result to something else. That is where I might advise that, okay, you can do it once in a while. It shouldn't be something that you are doing within a day 3 times. You've become addicted.
Because I'll get addicted to it.
Yes.
But that is one thing I want to clear. Addiction is personal. You can do something and not get addicted to it. It depends on how, like, your mindset.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things we are doing that we are not addicted to. Let's say, someone who drinks. Someone drinks occasionally. No matter what, the person will never drink, like, every day. That is how he has set his mind. Yeah, you having control over what you do. So addiction is personal. You decide to get addicted to it. And it's not spiritual. To me, I don't think addiction is spiritual. Okay, being an African, a bit messy.
Yes.
African mentality.
Yes,
Yeah, a
that's
bit
why
messy.
When Pastor he himself mentioned it. That he
Meaning
knows how
fear
to
me
argue
free
with
more.
it.
Yeah, so addiction,
Spiritual,
okay, it can be
spiritual,
spiritual too.
spiritual,
Because being an
you
African,
know,
I believe in
female
spirit. And I believe in the supernatural thing. So it can be.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you are saying you don't believe in the spiritual.
No, I do believe.
in,
I
but
believe.
You don't believe masturbation
You
to
see,
be.
But I want
We
to
believe
bring
it,
science
but
into
we
it.
believe it, but the thing is that as Africans as we are, immediately we term it say spirit which me ISAP will be the require some kind of spirit.
Yeah.
There are some things you are deliberately doing it, but
Now
because that's what for a spirit in it.
Now they are
What's a
just
spirit being
If you're for before.
lawyer. But then now, can't be. You were talking about say masturbation has some health benefit, but it also have that don't it have a way to destroy the body physically? I mean.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying that the excessive like regular doing it. Frequently and consistently doing it. There are people who can go a day without doing it. People too can, even within the day, they can do it like 3 times. And even with the manhood, your hands you are doing, if your hands are not lubricated and that is that dry, or you've inserted into something, the dick can stretch in such a way that you can have a tear somewhere around your manhood that it can take surgeries to even get. Yes.
But does masturbation have a physical impact on the body? Physical impact.
That is what we are talking about.
Yeah, that is how.
Well, people, I don't have a scientific proof to that, but people say it causes low sperm count because the more you're doing, you are releasing sperm and all that. If you ask people, everybody and his or her view.
When I asked someone, the person said that it's good because it's passive. Okay. All right, so we are running out of time. Let me know your conclusion, Mr. Alex.
My conclusion is, you see, this whole masturbation, I want to agree with the Bible that it is a form of punishment God is giving to the world. When you read Romans chapter 1, read the verse 16 about God is saying because of our hard heart and because we did not pay attention to his, though we knew him, but we did not regard him as God, we rather took images of human beings and other stuff and worshiped them. God left us to this perversion spirit and is ruling us. And he went further to mention about all this kind of things we do, like the lesbianism, the gay. He said the spirit of men now lasts for men, women last for women, and all those kind of unhealthy relationship. He mentioned them all. God left us for this thing, and it is because of our hard-hearted. So if we want to come out of this kind of trouble, then it is time mankind realize where he came from and then return to his maker, hear his call, and then obey him. Then we will be right with God.
Okay,
And
let
this
me
spirit
ask you
will
this
away
question.
from
Yeah,
us.
just a second. I asked Nana this question. I want to ask you. Let's say I'm a Christian, right?
Yes.
I'm not dating because I don't want to date and have sex until marriage because I don't want to sin, right? and I'm also feeling for it. As a Christian, what should I do when that happens? Yeah.
You see,
Let's be quick.
we have to we have to educate people on the need to marry. When the sexual pressures become so high, that is a sign telling you that you are up to the age of marriage and you should work towards it.
I'm talking about immediate, when there is no money in my life at that point, and I call you, oh, Pastor, I'm feeling like doing this. At that point, what will you advise me to do?
Say don't do it. Go and read your Bible. It will be off.
I should read Bible and pray.
Go and read your Bible.
I knew that's what Pastor was saying.
Yeah. Nana,
Well,
conclude for us.
the last part I will say is that
Yeah.
in as much as it has its health implications, good side, it also has bad side.
Yeah.
And if you read articles or wherever you read it, no health professional will advise you that it's so good, so go do it. Yeah, so if you are out there and you're doing it and you have become addicted, find a way of gradually try to stop it. And if you are yet to also get in,
Do it with caution.
do it with caution, or better still don't try at all.
Don't try.
Because
Yeah,
so let's just be cautious.
yeah,
that's all.
so guys,
Let's
yeah.
read that.
Yeah, won't see Jai.
Urema uchivi ya.
Guys, you heard my gentlemen, right? They flayed their points. So it's up to you. What do you think? Is it right or is it wrong? Drop your comments in the comment section and we'll be reading it, okay? So guys, that'll be all for today. But don't forget to follow us, like and subscribe for more amazing content, right? And until next time, bye.